Guys, Hayzink here. Welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. We're going to have some fun in this video. I am going to expose myself. No, I'm not taking my clothes off, right? I'm just going to share what I'm going to call a spicy take that I know a lot of you are going to despise. You're going to hate, but it's true. At least I think it's true. I'm also going to slam someone else's hot take. I'm not going to say who it is because there's lots of people with this take. But I also want you in the comments down below to tell me what you think that maybe others don't agree with. And I want to see if you know your stuff. I want to see if I agree with you, because depending on where you are in the game, you see things from a different perspective. And that's important to know because it can affect things like your long-term investment and things like that. If you watch my other video, which I'm plugging again, the tier list video for support slot, so in the assist slot, there is units that you might not even value. They might go on bottom tier, bottom run of the ladder on a normal tier list, but when it comes to the support role, they're right up there at the top. And the same goes in reverse. Some top tier units are absolutely trash on that top level of support. So it's the things you know, right? It's going to help you long term. But I want to know your hot takes. But I'm going to start off by talking about what I consider to be a hot take that I do not agree with. And that is, Rose is not a top tier unit. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense, right? Rose is one of, this is going to get spicy for you, if not the best units in the game. Now, right now you're going to say, oh my god, Bison, right? Yep, Bison, fantastic unit. Fantastic unit. And arguably, you could put Bison at number one. In fact, it'd be hard to argue, right? However, if we look at CN, we cannot fully base our game off of CN, okay? We can't. Just make that clear. However, if we do look at CN, as time progresses, more units come out that you will drop Bison for, right? You will. You'll drop Bison to put these units onto your team. Do you know who doesn't disappear? Do you know who remains to be a top tier unit? Chinese players still use the unit. The unit is still invaluable in most team builds. Rose. So if Rose can outlast Bison on the version of the game that's 2 years old, what does that tell you? Right? Now I'm going to tell you right now why Rose is top tier. Okay? And why she can often be overlooked. Bison is a unit who, boom, does big damage. Brr, numbers go brr, power level over 9,000 and all that kind of stuff, right? People go nuts for that. That's what people love. But in every game I have ever played, people do not value the amount that support units enable your squad to actually push those numbers, okay? And that is why Rose is so good. Rose sitting doing absolutely nothing, right? Not just being on your team. Even if you've got her in slot 4 and you don't even bring her out to combo. Every single time one of your characters unleash a skill, they're going to get either crit rate up, which, although it says 10% there, it's doubled if you've got her leveled, right? Pressure up, which pressure, like, it's like true damage, it kind of ignores, I think it like ignores chances to dodge and stuff like that. Cuts effect accuracy up, so if you've got someone in your team who is casting debuffs or stuff like that, or any effect basically, 20% boosted to 40. Speed, guys, I think you know by now how important speed is, okay? She can be sitting doing nothing, absolutely nothing, and she is doing this, bang, making you faster, bang, you're going to crit more, bang, you're going to do more damage. That is absolutely amazing. And I'm not overselling this. It is absolutely amazing. What she does for your team is untouched. Like, seriously, it is untouched, right? If we move down, you can obviously see as she gets stronger, you have like double the effects, right? So tarot cards are increased by 100. When she gets to 20, when one of your team members gets a tarot card, she's got a 50% chance of getting one, right? when she has all 4 of those tarot cards at number 30, on level 30, she will trigger a skill damage that is going to cause damage to like the opposition. But you've also got a 40% chance to silence that team as well. It's only 3 seconds, but do you know how important that 3 seconds can actually be? Right? That 3 seconds can be the difference between you beating a stage or not beating a stage, right? I have literally pushed on through so much content because of Rose. 100%, hands down, Rose. Rose is undoubtedly top tier. If you're making a tier list and you do not have Rose in the top tier, it's only because you've not used her to her actual capabilities. You don't have fighting spirit unlocked. You've not seen her perform as you need to see her perform, okay? Maybe early game, I would argue that Rose didn't really excite me all that much. She didn't. You need to get this investment. You must have, I mean, getting it to level 30 is a big ask, okay? But you don't even need to get to level 30 to see how good she actually is. At level 10, you're going to see how good she is. At level 20, you're going to see how good she is. If you get to level 30, then she's fantastic at that point. But even before then, she's just utterly untouched, right? So, again, if you have gone far into the game and you don't have Rose in the top tier, I really need to have words with you. If you haven't gone far into the game and you don't have Rose in the top tier, I can understand, okay? But if you are pushing harder content, you speak to anyone who's pushing harder content and they will tell you that Rose is a must. She's an absolute must because she will literally enable you to push through content. That's it. So that's me, my attempt at smashing a spicy take. Now, but to give you a hot take of my own, right? And I am going to get so much hate for this in the comments, I know I am. But I believe what I say, and I believe what I'm about to tell you is true. This is not just to generate lots of comments, although I do think I'll get lots of comments. What I'm saying is true. So please, resist hitting that downvote button until I finish what I'm saying. Okay, so here goes. Are you ready? This guy, massively overrated. Massively overrated. Okay? I'm sorry, he is. He has legs early game. Early game, Mad Ryu, mad good, right? Totally. No argument there at all. Mad Ryu, early game is going to do it for you. Totally. But do not become too attached to this guy, because late game, sure as hell isn't. Not at all. He will let you down time after time. Now, I've been smart. I stopped. I didn't take him to 30, okay? So unlike some people, I did not take him to level 30, okay? However, I've got him at level 20, so it's still, like, not as good, but you do not want to take this guy to level 30, just be aware of that. But even if that's the case, he doesn't hold up. He dies too easily, right? Some people might think that as you push on in the game, you become less reliant on AoEs. You don't. You really don't. You become more reliant on AoEs. AoEs, strong AoEs from powerful characters are essential. Absolutely essential. You need to have strong, powerful AoEs. This guy just does not do it. He does not do it. And he's not got enough in his kit to justify having him on there as a single target unit. You've got units like Sakura who are single target units, but they've got like strings to their bow that mean they're worth having on your team. Him? No, not at all. The only time that I ever roll out Mad Ryu, and even then he doesn't always like do the job that well, is one unit boss fights. So things like the Crusade, things like those city missions, he can work well in them. If he's got one target to take down, he can totally work well. For general content though, I'm afraid to say it just doesn't do it, guys. You're going to come back at me and say, oh my god, Mad Ryu is doing this and that for me. Come back to me when you've passed like level 30, 31. He drops off late game, right? You can get a lot of mileage out of this guy until then, however. Right? That is important to note. You can get a lot of mileage out of him till then. But for me, and for me to qualify something to be high tier on a tier list, it can't just be good early game, right? That would be like a different tier list entirely, okay? It has to be long-term value. If you're going to put someone on the top tier, or even the second tier of a tier list, they have to have staying power across the board. They can't suddenly not be that great when you hit a difficult point in the game. They can't suddenly no longer be able to do stuff when you're in late game, right? To be top tier, you have to be able to do it early, do it late, do it all the time. And this is why I feel like Mad Ryu is overrated. I really do. And I love Ryu. Absolutely. I mean, I've got him 5 stars. I love him, right? But he's just not doing it. Evil Ryu, when he comes out, different story. This Ryu, it's like a placeholder for Evil Ryu. Evil Ryu is going to be better, right? So, I know how many of you are going to hate me saying that, but guys, think here. Why do you think they gave you him for free? Why do you think he was able to be obtained for free? It's the same as Chun-Li. Chun-Li falls off a lot as well. Why do you think you were able to get her for $1? Because long term, she's not going to be enough. See, they're smart, they know these things. This is why, right? So don't flame me. My point is, a unit needs to be more than good early game to be classed as a top tier unit. If you want to make the distinction early game, so if you want to say to me, Ryu is top tier early game, 100%, 100%, I'll argue with you. No, none. I will not argue with you at all. I'll shake your hand and I'll say, you, my friend, are correct. Mad Ryu is mad good early game. If you want to come and say to me, Mad Ryu is top tier all the time, I'll bitch slap that hand away and I'll tell you you're wrong. Facts are facts. That's it. So that's my one, debunking someone else's hot take. I say someone else's though I'm targeting one person specifically. I'm not. It's a general consensus that people underrate Rose. And with regards to Ryu, it's a general thing that people overrate Ryu. This is why one's a debunk, one's a me putting out my own opinion. I want to know your opinions. I want you to come to me and say to me, Hayzink, you're wrong. Mad Ryu is crazy good. I used him to beat chapter 34. And then you can join my Discord, send me screenshots because I want to see that stuff. I want to see that to believe it, right? I want you to tell me who is maybe slept on, right? I think characters like Mayor Cody are very slept on. But if you watch my assist video, the tier list for assists, I think he's slept on because he has a position in the game in the support slot. And that's important. That is a very, very important slot in the game. The assist slot is so overlooked. People really need to start understanding that these are the things that are going to help you push content and beat more things. But if you know some kind of secret sauce, if you know some kind of hidden secret that none of us have kind of woken up to yet, is Adon the absolute GOAT in this game? Is Eddie Honda terrible? He's not. If you say Eddie Honda's terrible, I'm not listening to you because he's not, right? But if you have a tangible argument, I want to hear your tangible argument in my comments down below. I may well take the best points and make another video admitting defeat. If you completely disagree with me and you can't prove me wrong, but if your argument can sway me, then put you on camera, we'll talk about it and we'll go over your points of view. So make sure you engage in the comments down below to be featured in a future video. I have been Hayzink. My voice is very slowly returning to normal and I am going to be back with more videos. Maybe I'm going to be slagging people off. Maybe I'm going to be causing drama. Maybe I'm going to be fighting with my own shadow. But generally I'm going to be covering the game, content and what's coming, character previews, all that kind of stuff. Things you would expect to see. No YouTuber battles, no community manager fights, just good, wholesome content from the one and only Scotsman who makes content for this game. If you are Scottish and you're offended by the fact I wear a Rangers top, get it up, yeah. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, see you later, bye.